Hello again. Welcome back inside the Tier 4 studio here in gray, dreary Morgantown, West Virginia for the Charleston Daily Mail. I am Mike Casaz, and you are here once again for the Wednesday walkthrough. This is our video blog, a video essay, if you must, in which we preview the upcoming West Virginia University football game. And the reason I give you the supercilious weather forecast is because Dana Holgorsen reminded us all Tuesday. The sun came up Sunday morning. It actually did come up. It wasn't a gray, dreary day like this. His point, though, was the season goes on for his football team. Still ranked, now number 24 in the country. Still 3 games above 500. All the product, if you think about it, of road wins, which makes this occasion Saturday one to circle. It's a road game for West Virginia, coming off a heartbreaking, possibly debilitating last-second loss to a very good TCU team. Losing once sucks. It hurts. They hated it. You don't want to see it happen to your team, to your players, but you definitely don't want to see it happen twice. You can't let the Horned Frogs bleed you out twice and cost you not just last Saturday, but also this coming Saturday when the Mountaineers play 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox Sports 1 against the Texas Longhorns in Darrell K. Royal Memorial Stadium. Remember, 2 years ago, these two teams actually set the all-time attendance mark, which still stands at that famed stadium. If you ask me, you don't want to play Texas right now. You would much rather have had them in September, but if you also ask me, I think you'd rather West Virginia be playing on the road this week than at home. Certainly the Mountaineers have had things go their way on the road, but they've also made those things go their way. 3 games, all decided with signature plays, seminal moments in the fourth quarter, be it Drayvon Henry's interception return in the fourth quarter against Oklahoma State, Josh Lambert's game-winning field goals against Maryland and Texas Tech. My point being, 60 minutes of focus, 4 days of preparation. All that has to come together if you're going to win on the road, and this is a team that may absolutely need that right now because Saturday last week was so bad. If it was at home, you're more familiar with your surroundings, things are a little bit more comfortable, the crowd is on your side. It's a different story on the road. Hostile territory, a team that is on the uptick on the other side of the field, and also the occasion, the site, that requires a little bit more from you if you're going to go out there and win. You have to be different, you have to play better on the road, and this is the thing that lifts West Virginia up off the canvas, if only in meeting. We'll see about performance. But again, West Virginia 3-0 on the road, and Texas is a very uneven team this season. You're not going to find a whole lot of teams that have shut a team out and that have been shut out in the same season, let alone in conference play. This Texas team has also scored a lot of points in wins and scored very few points in losses, and it has done the exact middle point in wins and losses as well. However, Texas is getting better. You can watch that, and it is apparent. This is a team that, for example, has started 5 different configurations on the offensive line. Saturday, though, the Longhorns figure to start the same group of 5 for the 4th straight game. That hasn't happened before. Why is that significant? Well, Texas has 2 pretty good running backs, Malcolm Brown, Jonathan Gray, and last week ran for 241 yards. That's a season high. It's moving in that direction for this team. The quarterback, Tyrone Swoops, this is his 10th start. It's not his 2nd. It's not his 3rd. He's familiar with the practice and the preparation and what some of these teams are going to throw at you. He's never seen Texas, but now he knows how to listen to the coaches and take their advice out onto the field on Saturday. Offensively, though, a balanced team, very Charlie Strong, run the ball, careful passes, smart passes, but definitely push the ball deep, and they can do that. They have some underneath guys like Jackson Shipley, but they have a playmaker outside in John Harris, averaging more than 17 yards per reception. Big, strong, fast guy who'll be a challenge to West Virginia's secondary. Defensively, though, that's where this Texas group is really fun to watch and see how they've developed. The front, it may be the best 4 players on a front this year. I'm not sure, but I definitely know you're not going to find a better defensive end than Cedric Reed, and you're not going to find a better defensive tackle than the other Malcolm Brown in the Big 12. Would you be surprised if Malcolm Brown won the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year award? Well, he shouldn't be. Granted, he's an inside defensive line guy. It doesn't always happen, but he is a force. He wrecks plays by himself. He lets the linebackers behind him make plays. But he is a guy that West Virginia will have to deal with this week. That's important for West Virginia's offensive line. Did not have a great fourth quarter, second half, let's say for sure, against TCU. But a lot of the damage was done by the defensive ends. TCU is very good with outside pressure, getting up underneath the tackles, bull rushing them, and making the quarterback uncomfortable. That is a signature for the Horned Frogs. Texas not quite the same. They're good in the middle, but they're also twisting, switching from a 3-4 to a 4-3. They kind of confuse and deceive you up front, but they're good. Reed and Brown, good players, and behind him, guys you've heard of before, Jordan Hicks, Steve Emmett, playmakers, tacklers at the linebacker position. But let's talk about the secondary, because this is a theme. It's a thing. Every week now, when you see West Virginia's pass offense, Mario Alford, Kevin White, one's double team, both are double team. The safety always comes down and makes the tackle and never seems to miss, and Texas has those pieces. Quandre Diggs, one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Duke Thomas on the other side, veteran, getting better. Mikel Thompson is a good safety. They can just do a lot of things at the back there. They'll play a lot of nickel. They may even start in nickel, as they have for most of the season, but this is a team that's going to play a little bit like West Virginia. Reason being, Charlie Strong is a 3-3-5 guy. He's an odd front guy. He will switch from 3-4 to 4-3, but he's going to throw extra defensive backs in to match up against the spread to better defend West Virginia's offense. On tape, though, you have not seen a lot of double teaming of outside receivers. It's not what they do with their defensive game plan. That might be something that lets Kevin White off the hook for a week, and something that West Virginia has to capitalize on offensively. The simple point, though, is that a team that played pretty poorly at times last week was good enough to nearly win. This is not as good a team in Texas as is TCU. West Virginia's been good on the road if it takes care of its turnovers, if it takes care of its assignments on the offensive line, and it can find a way to complete passes down the field and encourage the defensive backs to move back and to create space for the running game. It works the other way as well, where the running game encourages the defense to come up and gets Kevin White going again. I think West Virginia can win without Kevin White having a big game, but I think everybody would feel a lot better if Kevin White went off for 100 yards, multiple catches, maybe even multiple touchdowns, just to introduce a new talking point to this part of the season. Talking points will come on the blog Saturday. Catch me with the live post. Send me your text from game day. We'll see you Saturday.